morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me this Tuesday morning, November 30th. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become the best version of yourself. And we do that by guiding you down the path to financial independence by teaching you how to currency trade with our very accurate proprietary trading tools. And we supplement that with personalized one-on-one training, which we think is the most effective and efficient way to get you up to speed to be a successful currency trader. With that, in this session, I will focus on a couple different trades. We've got probably a dozen different signals. The two I'm going to focus on are one called the 10-point trade, where basically we're trying to get all the lines in the chart to line up. And the other is a quick scalp trade called the thick orange line trade. When you get into training, we will go over a variety of the different signals and find a couple that resonate with you, and then create a trade plan around that. But we always need to start by listening to this guy. So let's go ahead and do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
All right. One of the great things about the program is that we do these live trades. When you are a light, you get access to kind of a smaller schedule. I do live trades Tuesday and Thursday mornings, and also Monday evening. A little later today, if you're a light, you've got access to the Intro to Coaching session. But when you become a regular member, you get access to well over 10 different live trades. We do the MIT at 10 in the morning, the AIT at 10 in the evening Eastern time, and then there's a trade Sunday. As a new trader, you get to watch experienced traders do their analysis. By watching them do their analysis, you get better. Plus, you get a free trade out of it. Last night, if you followed, if you took the trades that we took last night, we took two scalp trades using the thick orange line trade. So we got 10 pips out of that. If you copied the trade that I sent out last night, you would also get another 10 pips out of that. So you're already 20 pips ahead for the day. So having access to these trades kind of provides a safety net in terms of help getting you started in trading. With that, I like to trade off of a trade routine. I checked, got everything up and running before we got online. Yesterday we didn't have any issues with our green chart, so perhaps it's good not to have everything open like I used to. Review of yesterday is important, especially on the trades that didn't go well, to figure out what you did wrong so we can improve it. It's all about continuous improvement and just making those incremental changes, those small incremental changes that get us to where we want to be. As we are technical traders, we like to, our indicators are very good at figuring out the turn and the direction of the move. But news impacts currency. So we want to know what the news is so that we can trade around it. And we look at the news on forexfactory.com. And Forex Factory breaks news down into 3 categories, which is, let's refresh this, which is yellow is low impact, orange is medium impact, and red is high impact. And when we see red items, we want to trade around it. In this morning, we've got something, the USD Fed Chairman, the Powell speaks. When he speaks, it's enough to move the market. So we need to think about that. If we take a USD trade, we're at 6:30. So we got 3.5 hours. Generally, I like to be out of it 2 hours before the announcement. Sometimes we also need to worry about the Canadian dollar. So the Canadian dollar and the USD, we'll avoid anything with the Canadian dollar because we're within that 2-hour window. So with that, let's go and take a look and see what we've got available to trade. This chart is the light 6 major. It's one of the charts. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. We're not going to reload it. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to just close this. Actually, before we close it, let's just pull this up. Wow. How are we using so much CPU when I have nothing open? All right, so let us, I'm going to open a new tab. We'll bring the new tab open and start again. Light 6 major, don't save. All right, so we'll just open up a chart at a time and do it that way. So I call this the composite chart because it's showing us 6 different currency pairs. On this first chart, it's all US-based pairs. We're trading off of a 1-hour chart. You can see over here, there's 21 minutes left in the hour. I start with the middle part of the chart on this 10-point trade where we are looking. This blue line is the overbought line. So when the lines are above the overbought line, that is a good time to sell. Or when the lines are below the oversold line, that is a good time to buy. And to get the precise time to or to hone in on the time that's a good time to go ahead and take the buy, I want to see certain things. And the first thing I want to see is when the lines are up above the blue line, I want to see all the lines pointing down. So right now, the black and gray line, the minors are pointing down, but the majors are pointing up. If I don't have everybody pointing down, I don't want to take the trade. So I'm just going to pass and go to the next chart. Euro USD, all the lines are pointing down. So I've got and I've got the red line kind of on top of the green line and the black line on top of the gray line. So I've got 3 points here. So 1, we're overbought. The lines are above. 2, the lines are pointing down. And 3, I've got what we call a double cross, where the red line is over the top of the green and the black line's over the top of the gray. If I have 3 points here, I continue with my analysis. I jump up to the top part of the chart, the TNTs. Now, the one thing, those that are here every day, I don't like this. I don't like the steepness of this. This is more of a 45-degree angle versus, say, a 60-degree angle where it's going down more steeper, like over here. But let's continue with our analysis. So when I go up top, I want to see how many lines are telling me sell, and I want to have a minimum of the 3 lines telling me sell. So the 2 orange lines are telling me sell, both going down. And the blue lines are inversely related, and they are telling me sell. When blue goes up, that means sell. When orange goes down, that means sell. So I got all 4 telling me sell. I want a minimum of 3, so I'm happy here. Then I want to get support from my pressure line, which is the guy down here on the bottom. And on this guy down on the bottom, I want the lines either going down or the red line on top. And I have that. The lines are going up, but the red line is on top. And the other thing I kind of like here is that the lines are diverging. They're moving away from one another. So it looks like the line is starting to roll over to start to come down. The green line is separating from the red line. So I've got 8 points here. I like this. The only thing I don't like is the slope here. So let's get a little bit more. So I've got the points that I need for a setup. I've got 8 points. 3 here, 4 here, 1 here. Now I need to do a little bit more analysis, and you can see on my my little routine chart, I want to know what the support and resistance is and where the channel is. But before I do that, I'm going to open up a new chart. And I want to get a little support for this. And the way I'm going to get my support is I'm going to open up Euro USD, and I'm going to look at some different time frames. And on this chart, I call it, you can name it whatever you want, but I call it the Euro USD 6 because I've got 6 different time periods for the Euro USD on here. I've got a 5-minute, a 30-minute, 1 hour, a 2 hour, a 4 hour, and a 1 day chart. And the different candles or the different time periods are how much information is contained in a candle. And basically what I'm looking for is I want to see, so here's the chart we were just looking at. I want to see if I see support for a down move on the 2 hour and the 4 hour. And what I'm looking for is really that the lines are overbought. In this case, not only are they overbought, they're all pointing down on the 2 hour and the same on the 4 hour. And the reason I want to see that is if this weakens or changes, if I took a trade when we're overbought on the 2 and the 4 hour, it should eventually go down. So I will make up. I'll catch. The trade will eventually correct itself. It'll just take a little bit longer. Versus if I see a trade where the 2 hour is good, but the 4 hour is oversold, then I've got a little conflict here. But here I've got all 3 are telling me this is a good sell. Then the question is, what's the sell worth? Now here I've got up pressure with green on top. Here I've got up pressure, but red is just crossed over. So I'm liking this. So in 2 hours, this line is going to look more like this line where the green is separating. So I like everything I'm seeing here. So then the question is, how much is this trade worth? So to figure out how much a trade is worth, I am going to open up another new chart. And I'm a little particular on how I like to do things. But I like to see just a clean chart so I can see what's going on and also drop my support and resistance on it. Since I trade the Euro USD a lot, I've got support and resistance on here. So I'm going to pull this so we can see it. Now, the question is, what is the trend? So for the last week, we are trading into an uptrend. Now so we're trading into an uptrend. When I am trading into an uptrend, I am going to take less pips than I am trading. If I'm taking a sell trade into an uptrend, I'm going to take less pips than I am if I am taking a buy trade into an uptrend. Now, then the second question is, how much room do I have between the resistance lines? So I've got 28 pips to here up and 6-7 pips on the buy side and 29 pips on the sell side. Now, generally on the Euro USD on a 1 hour chart, these lines tend to be about 30 pips apart. And you see this is almost 30 pips. We had 29 pips here and 6 pips here. So that's about 35 pips. So how many pips down do we want to take on this trade? Let's go ahead and take 10 pips down. 10 pips down. We've got almost 30 pips till we hit this line. But I am going to just take 10 right now. And the last thing I like to do when I'm trading the Euro USD is we have one more chart. We don't show this to you when you're in the light program, but I also like to look at the echo and see what the echo is telling me. And the echo basically is just a little composite. So you can see on the longer term charts, it's green. On the short term charts, it's red. And you can see the red is increasing. Like you can see the wave increasing. Normally, I like to see this more red. I'd prefer to see this more red before I take the trade. But it is increasing. And let's just go back. We've got a good setup here. So let's go ahead and take a sell for 10 pips on the Euro USD. So I'm going to open up my chart. I am going to go to my Euro USD, which is always kind of in the first spot here. If you don't have it up, you just go to File, New Chart, and it should be right up here, Euro USD. Open it up, go to New Order, which is on the second row here. Click New Order. I'm going to confirm my symbol, Euro USD. My volume is going to be a function of how much I have in the account. Right now, I've got 11,500 in this demo account. To figure out the lot size, I am just going to move the decimal place over 4 spots to the left. When I do that, I am at 1.15. So I am going to take a lot size of 1.2. I'm going to round up. I'm not going to worry about the stop loss and the take profit right now. I'm just going to put the trade in. So this is going to be a market sell. It's already moved a little bit since we've been talking. It records it underneath. If I click anywhere along it, it highlights it in blue. I go down, I right click and go to modify. Modify, we are going to go for 10 pips. 10 pips is 100 points. 100 points. If I click the little blue button here, it does the math for me. And we are going to, we're going to use a 3.5 stop loss. But I'm going to go back and take a look at where the support lines are. to just confirm. So 35 pip stop loss is 350 points. I click the red, it puts it in. I drop it in, and then I'd like to pull it down and see that we are there. Let's just go back and take a look. I like to be 2 stop losses away, so we want to be above 1.1341. So here's one resistance line. Here's a second resistant line. I like to be on the outside of this line. So let's see if we're 113.841 above. I think we are. 113.851. So we're above that. So we're 1 pip above it. Actually, I'd probably like to be a little bit more than the 1 pip. So let's actually go ahead and change this. I'm going to make it 8.99. So we just took a sell using the 10-point trade. Take profit is 1.13404. Take profit on a sell on the Euro USD is 1.13404. Stop loss is 1.13899. 1.13899. And I did move the stop loss out just a little bit because I want to be outside that window. I want to be up above here. So it has to break this line and this line to take us out. And while we're talking, you can see it's already gone down a little bit. All right, so that's one trade. Let's see what else we have. Go back to the 6 light majors. Since we have already taken one trade and we've got less than 7 minutes left, I am now going to use a second signal, the thick orange line signal, and see if we see a trade there. With the thick orange line signal, I am looking for a situation where I am going to start up here on the TNTs, and I'm looking for situations. Well, I'm looking to see what the thick orange line is doing, and I want to see whether it's all the way at the top of the chart or the bottom of the chart. And this number over here captures where the thick orange line is. It's a scaled number, and when this number is as high as it can go, it is at 10. And when it is as low as it can go, as you see on the Euro USD, it's at 0. When it is at 10, it is telling us, hey, I don't think there's any more up in the movement. If there's no more up in the movement, that is a good time to sell. Likewise, when it's at 0, that means there's no more down in the movement. That's a good time to buy. But to increase our accuracy, what we're interested in is something to confirm that supports that, okay, we've topped out. And how I'm going to figure that out is I'm going to look down on my TNTs and see where the lines are. If they're way above the blue, that's telling me, yeah, we're maxed out. So this is a good trade. So right now, we have a good signal on the AUD USD. We've got a 9.2, which is within 1 of 10, and all the lines are above. We've got 6 minutes left. I want to see what else there is before we decide to take this, but this is a good setup here. Here we're at 0, which is part 1 of the signal, but look where our lines are. Our lines are overbought. I really want them down here, so I'm going to pass. 0.8, that's within 1 of 0, but the lines are up here, so that's no good. USD Canadian, we're going to stay away from that because we've got that news coming up, but we've been at 0 the last 2 hours. The lines are over the red line, but I'd like to see the red line further down, not quite far enough down for me to take this trade. Whereas over here on the AUD USD, the lines are further up. And I know the minors are coming back down, but really what I'm looking at is the majors. I'm more interested in what the majors are doing versus the minors. This I kind of like this because it's telling me it's already started to turn. So let's see what else we have. 9, which is part 1 of the signal, but look where the lines are. They're down here versus up here. 8 isn't close enough. Let's open another a chart. And normally using that using the my risk management, I'll have 2 open trades at a time. So I want to take kind of the best trade, not the first one I see. And I've got a couple minutes here. So let's see if we find a better trade. 5 isn't close enough. 10, yes, but my majors and minors aren't high enough. 0, yes, but my majors and minors aren't low enough. 9, yes, but the majors and minors aren't high enough. 0.7. Yes, but we're in the middle. 0, but we're in the middle. So let's open up another one. So you can see this is quick. I'm just looking, it takes a second to figure out if the trade is there or not. So again, another 6 different pairs. 10, yes, but the majors and minors aren't there. 5 is not close enough. 3 isn't close enough. 5 isn't close enough. 3 isn't close enough. 9, yes. Bitcoin. Bitcoin 9, and the lines are way up here. Bitcoin US dollar. But you know what? Why aren't we going to take this trade? Because the orange line here, and we saw this last night, the orange line is in the wrong spot. Should be way up here. So I'm going to pass on this because the line isn't in the right spot. And we got one more group that we can take a look at. So what I've done is I've gone and I've taken that 6 light 6 majors and just cloned it and just put in different currency pairs. So now I'm just opening up the chart with the different currency pairs. Here we have a 10. Here we have all the lines way above. Oh, no, now they're not way above. What we were looking at, so they were filling in while we were talking. If those lines had been way up here, that would have been a good trade. So this isn't a good trade because they're not above the blue. 5 isn't close enough. 3 isn't close enough. 5 isn't close enough. Is this 3? We want actually 4. I'm sorry. Why is it showing me something different? All right, we've got 1 minute left. So let's go back to what we're looking at. We're not. Nine, and these lines are up here. Let's go ahead and take a sell on the AUD USD for 5 pips. AUD USD, I've already got it open. If you don't, go to File, New Chart, and find it. Go to the second row, New Order. Symbol, volume, it's going to be the same volume, 1.2. And I am going to click Market Sell. Then I am going to right click along the new order, go to modify. This trade is worth 5 pips. I don't have to do any additional analysis. Modify, and we're going to use a 4-to-1. So it's going to be, we're going for 5 pips. There'll be a 20 pip stop loss. And I just want to make sure I get the full 5 pips. I got in at 0.71303. So I'm going to go to 0.71. If I take 5 away from that, 5 pips is going to bring me to 25.3. So going from 303, I'm going to go to what is it? 253. And there we are. And let's go back. Usually on this trade, we like to see this number change by when we take the trade. We want to see this number change by at least 1. So it was at 9, floating right around 9, and it's come down to 6. So this was a good trade. So to recap, we took 2 trades. One was a 10-point trade on the Euro USD with a take profit of 1.13404 and a stop loss of 1.13899. Then we took a second trade using the thick orange line signal on the AUD USD with a take profit of 0.71252. That's 0.71252 and a stop loss of 0.71518. And let's see if we have any questions. All right, John, I see your message. And as soon as I get off, I am going to provide notice. I've started CCing both Kevin and Matt. Kevin, they run the company, they own the company, about the issue. So they're aware of it. So and when they become aware of it, more things happen. But they're trying to recreate it on their side. But you can clearly see on the, as we have this recorded, you can clearly see that there's issues on that. So the one thing about the CPU on my side is I am streaming, so that does use up a bit of the CPU, but I put a new processor in, so it should be enough to accommodate the streaming plus the chart. All right, gang, we will do this again. I expect both of these trades probably to be closed before 10 o'clock this morning. We will do this again on Thursday. Thanks so much for being here. We're here to help. We will make you successful traders. If you have any questions, get back to your coach or reach out to me. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.